That's doing what I want it to do. Hello and welcome. I want the red drafting pencil. But yes, hello everyone and welcome. So, just as I announced in my Discord server, if you're in there, this month the Adoptables are going to be sort of Maid themed. And why not start with one of the more popular of the Maid Momono, the Kikimora. Now, the Kikimora is interesting because she is a very sort of docile, non-aggressive Momono.
Yep.
And I did a little bit of research, and they are the basis for the Kikimora is a little mythical creature slash spirit from Slavic folklore of the same name. Now, those Kikimoras came in two flavors.
Oh.
You had the forest, who were as they are depicted in the.
You have.
What?
Oh, did it do the thing again? I think it did the thing again.
It might have, and I didn't notice. Anywho, so you have the forest Kikimoras, which are generally depicted as wives of the sort of little like pseudo ancestor deities called the Domovoi. They essentially do what Kikis in the encyclopedia do. And then you have the swamp ones, which are kind of the opposite.
Oh?
Yeah, they cause nothing but trouble.
Oh, fun.
They are just omens of misfortune. Nothing good comes from having a swamp Kikimora move into your house.
Oh, good.
However, it is very easy to tell which one you have based on just general state of things. Also, interestingly enough, the reason the Encyclopedia verse Kikimora has the leg structure she does, if that sort of strange, like almost looks like she's turned bird feet into shoes, is that one of the things a forest Kikimora would do if the house was in good hands was sort of act as guardian over the family's chickens. What?
Nothing. It's just you finally explained the bird feet, and I'm like, that's so silly.
But it makes sense at the same time. Now, it's safe to assume that the Monster Girl Encyclopedia universe's Kikimora are based off of the forest ones because they're not described as troublemakers.
Yeah, probably. Also,
Yes?
oh, I guess Bronze didn't quite catch what you said. Why the bird feet are there?
The bird feet. So. Okay, that was weird. So, a Kikimora. So, in the original mythology, a Kikimora, if the house did not need her attention, would sort of. A Forest Kikimora, the well behaved ones, she would devote her attention to the chicken coop. Hence the bird feet. It's not explicitly stated on the wiki that is why these Kikimora have bird feet. That is just the best guess I have from their mythology. I'm also not 100% sure where like the canid features on this Kikimora came from. On the encyclopedia's Kikimora came from. That is a mystery to me. Because in the original myths, there's no mention of Kikimora having canine traits. In fact, most of a Kiki's traits are described as being very human. Except for their nature as tricksters, but that's a whole nother ballgame. And yes, Kikimora deserve head pats.
All of them.
That seems to be like a general consistency in the fan base. Like everybody just seems to have just decided one day that Kikimoras are the most wholesome thing on the planet and deserve head pats. I am not complaining about it. I am just stating that it's an interesting sort of just omnipresent conclusion. Now, the people who enjoy Kikimora tend to get into disagreements with the people who enjoy the other. Tricksters, maybe? I mean, that doesn't 100% explain the dog or explain the canid traits, but then again, not a lot about the encyclopedia versus design choices are ever easily explained.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a yeah, there is a very interesting sort of rivalry between people who enjoy the Kikimora and the people who enjoy the other maid themed Momono, the Shoggoth. And I'm not
I
entirely certain why. Like, I know that like the disagreement exists, but I have no earthly clue why it exists. any any theories on your end, Felix?
No, because I like both of them.
Fair enough. And a lot of art seems to depict Kikis and Shoggoths as really not liking each other. I'm not sure why. Like, I mean, if the wiki explicitly stated that they don't get along, it would make more sense, but it's like the wiki has just sort of assigned, like the fan base has just assigned them this rivalry that makes no sense. Yeah, the Shoggoths. For some reason, Kikis and Shoggoths in fan art are depicted as not getting along, which is kind of odd to me. Because like it's odd in the way that it makes no sense. Maybe because the theory has been presented that maybe the issue is because Shoggoths are like living Roombas. To which again I state I don't understand why people like to give the Kikis like this extreme dislike of a Roomba.
You don't have a dog and a Roomba.
Do dogs not enjoy the presence of the Roomba?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't 100% get it, but so it's basically a I don't know what this is and I don't like it kind of deal. Felix?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's more of this makes the same noise as the vacuum cleaner, and we don't like the vacuum cleaner.
Ah, okay. I thought Roombas were pretty quiet.
It depends on the Roomba.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I've ever heard about dogs and Roombas is don't own a Roomba if you're trying to house train a dog. Because the results can be spectacular, shall we say.
Yep.
I see we have read the same screenshotted review.
Mm.
That sounds like a fan base choice, and I have no way to guess the logic on that one. But yeah, uh, Kikimora can probably very easily live in order territories because they have this reputation for being very, very docile, very sweet, very I do not, in fact, wish to grope all of mankind.
just this one guy.
Most of the time, though, actually, Kikis let the person they're doing maid work for make the first move. They are very passive, very submissive. And just sort of, to me, just don't seem like they would make aggressive motions. Now, let's start adding all the little accessories that state that this is a maid. A little headband thing. We're just gonna have little ruffly bits. Now, most Kikis tend to wear a very sort of demure, long skirted outfit. And that is what we are going to give this adorable, fluffy, good girl. Because we do not wish to make our adorable Kiki friend uncomfortable. And a long apron. Then the clothes stop at above the wrists to allow for the poofy bits. Because Kikis have little feathery wristbands for reasons known not to me. Yeah, just like for some reason around the wrist, they just have these great tufts of feathers. Are these like meant to serve as like their versions of a feather duster or what? What?
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Well, no, the Mumsy, the feathers aren't downy. They're sort of like the long, sort of primary feathers you see on birds. They're just also very fluffy. So yeah, these may be just to help them clean. But it's just one of those where it's like, again, I don't know. There we go. And now zoom up a little. Now we're cleaning wolf burbs, so that carried over. I mean, makes sense. You got hands in the upgrade. Well, good for them. Just thinking of moths. There is a moth Momono Mumsy. They are not. It does not. They are not made Momono. They are kind of derpy.
Because they always go to the light.
Now imagining some harmless library keeper reading a book late at night looks out the window and there's a moth girl just sort of smacking herself against the window. Rather have cleaning the home a Kiki or a Shog? Well, Shoggoth also have a nasty habit of replacing the furniture.
And other things.
Yeah, furniture and other household amenities with their own bodies. So I'd have to say a Kiki. That and Kikis are sweethearts. Oh lordy, we now have to explain the Kiki Shoggoth rivalry to Mumsy. Oh boy. So yeah, both. I would also say both, but I would prefer for the furniture to not gain a life of its own. A more detailed explanation of Shoggoths will be occurring in Thursday's art thing, which will be a Shoggoth. God bless me. People. Yeah, that's. Yeah, like, I understand if they're trying to make a nod to the fact that Kikimoras are based off of a canid species, or a canid esque mythical species, by giving them a deep dislike of the Roomba. But wouldn't they also have the same reaction to, like, other modern household cleaning appliances? Right, but yeah, it's one of those things I just do not understand. Like, I imagine initially a Kiki freshly brought to our world would be deeply alarmed by a Roomba, but once its purpose is explained, I don't know why she would develop like this seething dislike for it. It's like it's here to make your job just a little bit easier. If it's in their toolkit, it's one thing. Right, right. Felix, you okay? You've been kind of quiet.
Yeah, no, I'm just watching you draw.
Ah, I'm glad it's an interesting process for you to observe. Yeah. Kiki's another thing they're sort of known for is being very sort of non-aggressive. Like, regardless of the strength of a Kikimora's emotions, they will not emotions towards you, they will not attack you. They will, however, entice you to come on to them.
Yes, yes, they will.
But yeah, I just think it's interesting.
Oh yeah, no, Kikis and Shogs are interesting.
They they have an interesting dynamic with each other. Interestingly enough, my grandparents' dog. Sorry, my poor brain just it had a thing to say and then it escaped. Um, what?
Nothing. You're just funny sometimes.
Yay!
Yay! You're letting me be myself.
Anyway,
Anyway. Oh boy.
didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
Oh no, I got a ton of sleep.
Just,
I'm just out of soda, so I'm not awake.
your brain is still booting up. Are Kiki's more bird or dog? Um, the way I see it, a majority of their traits are canid. Therefore, in my mind, they are more dog than bird. I mean, they're even a wolf type. They're even technically in the wolf family alongside werewolves and hellhounds. But yeah, in my mind, they are infinitely more dog than bird. What do you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, they're again. I state they are a wolf type Mamono, right next to werewolves, kobolds, hellhounds.
Maybe they have bird features because they make nests.
That would be adorable. But according to the wiki, because they are a member of the dog family, they don't like. It's not a case of like a Kiki laying an egg and then sitting on it for a while. Making and maintenance qualities. To be fair, that makes. Apologies.
No, it's all good.
That makes sense.
Oh, one of my dogs is asleep, dreaming.
Aww. Is it dreaming it's chasing things?
I assume so.
That's adorable. Yeah, just the general consensus of the Kiki is that they are to be given all of the head pats, hugs, and whatever else they want because they are such good girls. Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you are.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
Yeah,
Susan, would you mind if I ran and got a drink quick?
go right ahead.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
welcome. Yeah, most of the wholesome encyclopedia art is the Kiki because they're adorable. Okay.
I'm
Hello.
back. Hello.
How are you?
Pretty
That's
good.
good. So we have an interesting question from the chat.
Okay.
Um, if you were to run into a Kiki, how would it go? And the question is to you specifically instead of just us.
Uh, I probably think she was adorable and everything, but it wouldn't be. It would be a Momono. That's what it would. That's what my reaction would be like. Holy shit! If Kiki's are real, is there a grape snake somewhere?
And I am not explaining what the I'm not explaining it. So basically what you're saying is you would be very excited about the existence of Momono in general. the the chat is just quietly discussing, like, if you discovered Momono were real, you would be planning a trip to wherever the Apophai are.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Not even the slightest bit of an attempt to deny.
Mm-mm. I know what I'm about.
You know exactly what you're a sucker for. There we go. So just the general consensus is, if Felix found out Momono were real, the next thing you'd be doing is booking a trip to Egypt for reasons.
Yes. Reasons.
That's an interesting question. Hey, Felix?
What's the question?
Um, if somebody were to hit the assorted Disney princesses with the Momono beam,
Oh lordy.
which one would make the Cinderella character more interesting, a Kiki or a Shog? I guess the question then becomes, what iteration of Cinderella are we using here?
Yeah,
Because
kinda.
I have read the original Cinderella, it is a scary, scary place in there.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I mean, there's only like one, for Rapunzel, like, there's only like one Momono with like great big long hair like that. That's a Keijiro.
I hate that you're right, but you're right.
Yeah, there's only one other Momono with like turbo hair like that. And why do you hate that I'm right?
Because now I gotta admit that you're right.
The Disneyified Cinderella would undoubtedly be some kind of would un- yeah, just
Kiki.
No doubts there. Just that is what we are dealing with here.
Mm-hmm.
So what's interesting is so people claim they also the thing is yeah the Snow White character would be very difficult to find a Momono version to stuff her into.
Yeah, because there's a lot you can do
Yeah.
there. Which one's Snow White? Fucking 12 of them.
Just what would Snow White be? Heck if I know. The thing is though the thing
Here's fifth. Here's 15
yeah, the thing
options.
is
Take your
though,
pick.
Stug, liches are described while yes, the whole apple shenanigans would point towards a lich. Liches also have obscene amounts of arcane power at their disposal, and we have never seen Snow White display that kind of thing. Like, if anything, she is absolutely clueless about magic and how it works, given the number of times in the story
Yeah.
she's fallen victim to it.
Yeah, you can make an argument for both.
Yeah.
You could say, "Oh, she's a lich," but you could also say, "Oh, no, no, she's not."
The way Snow White's story is, there are a lot of categories she could slot into very nicely, and there wouldn't be much of a disconnect.
Right.
Fair? Now, interestingly enough, and this is something the original story, well, like the Disneyified story, skips for reasons known only to itself. In the in some of the original incarnations of the Cinderella story, the whole ball thing, this that goes on for several days, not just one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I don't understand the why they didn't go that route. I mean, again, they were probably on a bit of a time crunch.
Because midnight makes so much
Well, the
more
thing is, the
sense.
girl still had to leave the party every night at midnight. She just could come back the next day.
Mm-hmm.
What was always interesting in the story was she always got back just before her sisters did, before the stepsisters did.
Okay.
Like, she got home and then they did, and they would all be. And every single one of them, there's only two, if I recall correctly, but yeah, they would be griping up and down about her disguised self, like, stealing all the prince's attention. Just like, y'all are dumb.
You, you dummies.
To be fair, that story also went some very alarming places.
That is very true. I'll cut my fucking foot off so it fits this.
So it fits the stupid shoe. Like, 5.
How about you? How about you not?
Literally 5 minutes down the road. Why is your shoe red?
How did he not notice the bleeding fucking
Well, the
stump?
thing is, it's not that the whole foot was lopped off. It's that parts were.
How did he not notice the bleeding?
Nobody said the princes in these stories were particularly intelligent.
Mm.
They did not have to be particularly smart men. Also, yeah, I think one of the things that keeps getting left out is the whole ball kerfuffle where this all starts. I get the feeling it was supposed that at some point it was supposed to be like a masquerade ball, which would explain why the prince has to go all over hill and dale.
Oh no, that is explained.
Other than he,
I don't think it's explained in the original story, but in the live action version, it is explained.
right?
They shoehorn an explanation in there that part of the fairy magic that is transforming her is kind of keeping pattern recognition from people's eyes.
So it's like why nobody sees Sailor Moon and then Usagi and goes, "Wait a minute."
Yeah. Now, they did explain why Superman and Clark Kent works.
Right, because with and without glasses, you can look like an entirely different person, especially if your body language is also very drastically different.
That and human preconceptions. No one's gonna look at Clark Kent and go, "Oh yeah, motherfucker, Superman."
Right? Like, this, it's like, Clark Kent, nice dude, little dopey, good writer. I don't know a lot about the I do not know a lot about the Kent persona, aside from that it exists.
You don't know all of your Superman lore, Susan?
Felix, there is so much weird random stuff crammed into my brain. Expecting me to find a specific thing on cue is a bit of an ask.
I'm just imagining you pointing to your own head. It's a fucking maze in here, man.
Sometimes it is. But yeah.
Oh
as
my
I was
God.
saying, like, it would make sense for the fairy godmother's shenanigans to include a people who know you will not recognize your face, probably to prevent sabotage from the stepsisters,
And the
who seems to
stepmother.
be like 9/10 of the problem.
Yep.
Which is
The stepsisters are just
right.
enabled.
Which is probably why the scariest punishment in the original story is reserved for the stepmom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love how we both just kind of like. It's like, that is just in a lot of ways, good sir. That is a yikes.
Since we're on Disney topics and all that for some fucking
Somehow
reason,
we ended up
am I
here.
am I the only one who likes the Maleficent
I
movies?
mean, they're interesting. They explain the character a bit.
I really like them.
In some ways, you have to wonder, does the character need to be explained? But they're still good. That might.
I think I think Angelina Jolie really did some
Yeah.
good work there.
The fact that for like the little girl version of Aurora, they had to use one of her kids because the others were too freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even turn into a dragon. That. Yeah. I mean, they could have kept that ability, but they probably had a bit much else on their plate.
No, they did the dragon transformation.
Must have been in the second film. I didn't hear much about.
No, it was in the first. It was in the first film. It wasn't Maleficent,
It was
though.
one of the other whatchamajingits.
It was her familiar. Her familiar, which she established earlier, she can change its shape. She can turn it from a bird to a human, back to a bird, to a wolf, to a bear.
So
and
turning it
when
into
she's
a dragon is not that much of a stretch.
yeah, so when she's fighting in the castle, and they catch her in an iron net because she's a fae and iron hurts her. She looks to her familiar and she goes, "Turn into a dragon," and boom, there he is.
It does exactly what she asked of it. Because that is what familiars do. They become exactly what their master needs.
Yeah, like it's even established her wing. Like she's a fae. She has wings. Without her wings, she can't access her full power. But turning people into things, that's not a major downfall to her.
Turning other people into things is not a power she has lost due to the loss of her wings. What punishment did the stepmother get in the original story? Oh boy. If I'm
Too brutal to talk about in polite company.
Yeah. Let's just say it involves a barrel and some nails. And just politely say no more.
If you want to know more, Google exists.
Yeah, just long story short, it was messy.
She was whack, yo. Yeah. I like the Maleficent movies. If I'm the only one who likes them, I will be that only one, but I like them.
If this makes sense, I neither like nor dislike them. It's like, okay, these exist. They're cool. Obviously, a good amount of effort was put into them.
I also like the little crow guy. I think he's fun.
Is this one of her, like, little minions?
It's the guy who becomes her familiar.
I have a feeling there's a story behind how that goes down.
She saved the crow from a hunter's trap, and then just joins her. She turns him into a human, and we get some of the best commentary, where he's like, "You don't want to be evil, do you? Shut up."
It's like, you don't want to be evil, do you? Hush. Probably in her head while that was going
And
on.
you don't.
Part of me wishes I didn't give you the ability to talk.
No. When she says hush, she'll just boop. He's a
And
crow
just
again.
zip it.
Just. And we see the crow and Maleficent taking care of little Sleeping Beauty more than the fairy godparents will, because all the fairy godmothers do is argue
Over
with
how to
themselves.
actually do this, and Maleficent's just like, if you'll excuse me.
While you two are arguing, this beastie nearly dropped off a cliff. Do better.
It's just a while y'all were trying to figure out who's top fairy around here, this nearly became not alive.
And there's one night Aurora's just crying, and all the fairy godmothers are just sleeping through it. And Maleficent's just there like, what is wrong?
With any of you. What is wrong with you, small human thing?
And Aurora's just hungry.
It's like, I require sustenance. It's like, great. How do I feed you? We're drawing a Kikimora, and the two people off to the side are pieces of color palettes I have borrowed for this. Namely for skin and hair color. We have I'm going to say this now. If Momono things occurred for the Beauty and the Beast story, the conflict would be resolved a hell of a lot faster.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Beast being angsty over being a monster over in a corner.
Belle walks forward as a werewolf. So, Beastie. Oh god, why did you say my name like that?
Rapidly turns into a comedic chase sequence through the castle. Yeah, Stuart's just like, ah!
What is she doing? So, she wants to love you!
Runs faster.
Must run faster!
Oh god, Stug! Felix, are you okay?
No, that got me! I'm just imagining the fucking song now!
And it's just Gaston getting chased around by various Momono.
Oh my god! It's just like, you just went, Stug! And I looked up and I saw it.
and your brain decided that was it.
That was the funniest shit ever.
It's just, oh, wonder what she's reacting to. Oh.
No one.
Do not! Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Those words make sense separately, Bean, but mashed together, I have no idea what on earth you're talking about. And I think I'm better.
Notices your bulgy wulgy. Ooh. I just gave this entire stream cancer. You're welcome.
Sorry, just. Do not.
No, it's all good.
But yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's just definitely one of those things where, like, I did not anticipate myself thinking about this today, but now it's living. Thanks, I think.
Yep.
What?
Oh, nothing. You robot
Yeah,
a little bit there.
the mansion would be just infested with various object-based yokai.
Oh yeah. Here we have the Umbrella Girl. The attack on the castle would go a lot different.
Hmm. What are some other ones? Mumsy! I think we're steadily just killing Felix. Are you okay?
No!
Oh dear. There we go. Yeah?
Hey, Susan. I want to test something real quick. Gross. Okay. We're gonna count to 3 and trade off numbers. So when I say 1, you say.
I am so confused. Also, Bean!
We're. Jesus. I'm trying to see if your audio's ahead of mine in the stream, because I think it is.
Like.
So I want. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say 1, you're gonna say 2, and then I'll say 3.
Okay.
Okay? Ready?
Sure, I guess. 2.
1, 3. And then I'm just gonna listen to that back. Okay, yeah, you're about 3 seconds ahead of me on the
Okay.
stream. Just
Yeah,
the way
I
you
talk a little
talk.
bit fast. That's okay, though.
Yeah, no, it went 2, 1, 3.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. That is a nice way to put your
Yep.
signature on it.
I just thought that would look, interesting.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put a watermark on that they can't easily remove.
Ariel turning into a sea bishop and the mission just completely inverting would also be great.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go on land. I want him in here.
Triton's dad is infinitely less alarmed. I just said that wrong.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's Papa Triton.
Ariel's dad, is substantially less alarmed.
Oh, you just want to drown a man. That's perfectly
Dude
reasonable.
survives, but is still underwater. Sweetheart, your father is deeply confused.
No, Mumsy, he's my
Oh,
lover
my
now.
word. What am I going to do with any of you?
Hey, I told you I would make that joke the next time he said it, and look where we are.
Right. These are things I bring upon myself.
I gotta get some more of that steroid cream on my head.
Your scalp skin is in rebellion.
Yeah, especially like right behind my ears. I scratched so hard last night that
Ow.
yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah, no, it was a bad
It's
time.
okay, Ruby. Now, what should we do for like a background for this character?
Bookshelf to denote she's cleaning like a
That'll do.
library room or something. There you go.
Let's just kind of shrink that down. Switch to a pen. Go behind her. The thing is, it's not a sewing machine that was a problem. It was a spindle on a spinning wheel.
Yep. Fair bit of good improv from Maleficent. I need to curse this baby. What's the closest object? Spinning wheel. Got it.
What is the nearest convenient object I can use to act as a catalyst for this curse? In all fairness, in the original story, Maleficent was well within her rights to be a little bit peeved.
Oh yeah, dude
I was
stole her
referring to the
wings.
Disney story.
Oh, what was
So
the Disney
the
story? Hold
original,
on.
so in the Disney incarnation, the reason why Maleficent was so peeved was that she had been deliberately not invited to the christening. Maleficent is one of the Fae. Yeah,
Yeah, invite
even
the
if you
Fae.
don't like them.
Always
Yeah,
invite
like
them.
you do not have to enjoy their company. You just have to invite them so they don't curse your offspring.
Always invite the Fae.
Yeah, you invite them, nothing bad happens.
Yeah. We here at MRG Studios would like to take a firm stance on this and encourage you all to invite the Fae.
Unless you are in an area where Fae are known for being almost universally malevolent. In which case, do not.
We are not being held hostage by Titania and being forced to say this. Please invite the Fae. Did I say that right?
What am I gonna do with you? What? Titanias are the physically tallest members of the fairy family of Momono, being about as tall as the average human. They command and control the fairy realms the little other fairy creatures call home. Okay, now I know you're joking because that's not how Momono work. They are inherently non-violent. What am I gonna do with you? Don't you think I've done that already? Anyway, so okay, where's the text? Once again, I have to go hunting for the text. Why it always puts it in the middle of the page instead of the middle of where I'm focused is always going to be a mystery to me. Literal. Yes, however, there's also the fact that just I am not saying that them not inviting her was a bad idea. This is me quietly saying that maybe there could have been a poll. Yes, exactly. Invite the Fae, including the 69th Banshee Brigade. Uh, I mean, if you want, go right ahead. I won't stop you. Yeah, that's the thing I don't get about the encyclopedia. Like, Banshee are technically Fae, not undead. Not sure how the wires got crossed there. Anyway, I think we're done here. Really hard to but oh, fun. But yeah, here is here is the Kiki. Why the future public like the because it's a Momono. They need to put the actually. Let's say this finger is the left hand. 3. Oh, okay. I can't tell my left from my right sometimes. Okay. Different color than the pink. One, two, third finger on the left hand. That's what I was about to do. That's a that's okay. There we go. Fair enough. Hmm. So now the question becomes. Oh, sorry about that. The cord. I had my hand up in like the thinking position, and the cord for my stylus brushed against my mic. Does the pink work? Or should I maybe go a different color? It is an interesting contrast from the black, white, brown, gray, just the very sort of neutral of the Kiki herself, except for her eyes. Well, considering that this lovely lady uh, has been adopted at this point, I will leave her name up to the person who has adopted her. Like the big background being pink. Okay. Um, I think. Hmm. I can't really think of anything else to do with her at the moment aside from swap the background palettes around because I noticed I forgot to color something in. So, again, thank you all very much for coming by. I hope to see you all tomorrow for Rise hub mode. If that turns out to not be the case, you will be deeply missed. Thank you all very much for coming by. I hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.